Greetings, fellow humans, and welcome to Tea with JD. Although I actually just finished the tea, I was finishing a couple things, and I'm like, I have a video that I had to record, a discussion video. This is a discussion video about the beauty of mute, unfollow, and block. Being an indie author or being a traditionally published author, you will come in contact with people. You will come in contact with some awesome people from all over the world. I've been able to connect with people from Puerto Rico, from the United States, from Canada, from Mexico, from Colombia, from Argentina, from Guatemala, Peru, Chile, Jump the Pond, England, Germany, Switzerland, and Sweden. You know, Swiss, whatever. Belarus, Ireland, Spain, obviously, Nepal. I have I have a really good friend from Nepal. I haven't heard from him in a while. I have to write him. Australia, New Zealand, Philippines, a bunch of places. India. I am very blessed for all the people that read me, and I have met wonderful people from around the world, like really, really, really cool people. I'm not just saying that to say that because it's what I'm supposed to say. No, I've interacted with these people, and they're friends. They're fan of my work, but they're also friends, so they're friends. I come from France. 90 to 95%, let's redo that. About 65% of the people that you're going to interact with are very, very nice. That seems low, but about 30% or probably more, it's just going to be people that follow you to get a number or something like that. And that's just part of the game, and that's fine. They will occasionally like, occasionally comment, and it'll be mutual. It's not bad. And there is a small percentage of people that suck. And when I say that they suck, I mean that they suck. There used to be a time where I would try to navigate and negotiate any situation. And I still navigate and do my best to navigate and negotiate the situation with certain people. To explain that, I'll talk about that in another video. But I had a disagreement with someone on Instagram. It's someone that I think is cool, and I was like, "Oh, what's up?" We talked back and forth, and we exchanged views, and we were able to have a proper conversation that arose from a disagreement. This is actually a possible thing. I know it's 2020 and it seems impossible, but it is possible. That's very different from a person who is very toxic and noxious and just bad. Or people who send you creepy messages that it's like, well, I don't get much of that, but I do have especially a lot of female author friends and female friends who have social media either for music or for their services or something like that, or just female friends that get messages that it's like, dude, what? How is that a really good idea? To send that as your hello. Hey, my Richard. I don't get that. It used to take me a lot longer to identify someone that could be that toxic. And I would try to get the benefit of the doubt and talk things over and whatnot. On one occasion, I had some crazy ass person that I ended up blocking on all social media, and it got creepy. So, why do I do a video about mute, unfollow, and block? I do it for two reasons. First off, it's 2020. We're just trying to cope as best as possible, and I have had to either mute, unfollow, or block some people. Mute and unfollow more than block. For me to block you, you really have to mess up and be really and it's happened. This video is to let you know that it sometimes happens. Sometimes people cross lines. Sometimes it's just better to cut your losses and just block the person all, completely, because that need that we have to try to find a solution or resolution or make everything amicable. Not everything's going to be amicable. And I try to get along with people as best as possible, try to project, chill, try to be tolerant to points of views, but I do have my limits, and everyone has their limits, and everyone has their buttons as well. There's some people that just live to look for conflict and press your buttons, and it's like, that's what is it? What? There's also people that are just self-promotional to the point that they could have like a checkered tie and their greased back hair and just force feed you the snake oil, and it's like, dude, drop it. Because some people are just in it to get a sale or get a client, and not my jam. I understand where people come from, but not my jam. So if someone makes you feel uncomfortable, like genuinely uncomfortable, you have a couple of options. You can discuss it with the person if you think it's worthwhile and worth your time. You can ignore it. You can mute it, and you can unfollow people, and you can block. There are some people that I have unfollowed because there are patterns of behavior that get to the point that I ask myself, do I want to be associated with this person? And it's kind of douchey, kind of too adult topic, but it's a very valid question that you sometimes have to ask yourself. Do I want to be associated with this person that is saying this and this and this? I'm all for the First Amendment. I'm all for everyone expressing their opinion, but doing so in a way that is respectful. That's something that a lot of people forget. Yes, you have the right to your opinion, but you also have the right to not be a dick. I don't know why people have to, it's like, fight me, and always conflictive. And it's like, I think we can talk things. If we could talk things better, we wouldn't be in the situation we are because of our governments and whatnot. But it is what it is. But sometimes you have to click that mute button, even if it's for 30 days. You have that feature in a couple of social media platforms. Mute for 30 days. Why not? When every time you scroll, you come across something that someone posted, and it gets on your nerves, especially in this year. Seriously, just avoid it altogether. I think that's a lot healthier, truly, than starting a fight on social media, because people behind a keyboard say the craziest and damnedest things. And the unfollow thing, some people think that they're superior to you or superior to other people, and I don't get that. It's like, yeah, well, you're an indie author and I'm traditionally published and blah, blah, blah. I've encountered that, and I go like, wow. And thank God that you're so humble. And there's some people that just in general think that they're smarter and better than other people. I do not get that either. I think we all have the same rights, and we can all do better. Seriously, I don't know that there's one person that could say that they could not do better, but that's just me. So you're interacting and whatnot. Someone sends something iffy. If it's very iffy, you can even report if it has to get to that point. But you should not feel bad of exercising your right to muting, unfollowing, and blocking someone if they cross certain lines. There's some people that I also don't want to give off that perspective that you don't hear people with differing opinions. You should listen to things that aren't necessarily in accordance with all of your beliefs, so that you can see if what you believe is still what you believe, or just what's a knee-jerk reaction. I think you should challenge yourself and your opinions a bit more than what we do. With certain topics, it's easier than with others. But that's me, and that's in ideal and optimal conditions. These are not ideal or optimal conditions. This is a crazy year, and this is a crazy time. So, for your sanity, for your sake, for your well-being, if someone crosses a line, you can either mute, unfollow, or block. and it is completely fine. I've been in a situation where I've had to do all three for different reasons in different social media platforms. Very rarely is it the extreme, thank God, because if that were the norm, that would be nuts. But it is what it is. And for me to truly say, you know what, I'm going to unfollow you, that means maybe that would be me wanting to say, evaluate what you're saying and what you're sharing and see if there's a better way to go about saying what you believe. And life is all about ups and downs, and the human condition is not a constant. We are not perfect. We're only human. Truly, we're only human, and some people can commit mistakes. And I think that just because someone commits a mistake doesn't mean that they should be kicked out permanently from your life. Some exceptions do occur, but just avoid the hassle. Just truly avoid the hassle. If someone crosses the line, if you want to engage. And with some people, it's worthwhile engaging. I had a very meaningful conversation the other day. I had an exchange of messages, and that was a very positive thing. With other people, they're just looking to fight, and I'm not about fighting. What's the common ground where we can break bread and just talk it over, and we can agree to not disagree, but there are certain limits that I have that it's like, dude, I'm done. So, have you had to mute, unfollow, or block someone? And if you have, for what reasons? And is there a threshold? Is there a flag? Is there something that triggers you to go, nope? I would love to discuss this in the comment section down below. I might do a blog piece on this if you think that it's worthwhile. If you have a blog and would like point and counterpoint, I can do that. If you have a podcast or a booktube or authortube channel, we can talk about this as well, or just a YouTube channel, because this is a universal thing. But yeah, toxicity exists, and we shouldn't be afraid to say no thank you. It's like, if someone is doing this, how long are you going to stand this until you say mute, unfollow, or block? Begs the question. So, if you want to discuss, feel free to use that sexy comment section down below. And until next time, peace, love, and Maki rolls.